Aloha. Wait, hang on. Let me just. Is the microphone coming through? All right. Yeah. That was a busy premiere, man. Fuck my life. It's gonna have to be a quick one today, guys, because I've got a. I'm busy, man. I'm jumping around from thing to thing. I've got a rehearsal with the Big Push Boys because we're getting nice and tight for busking, and we're also doing a little bit of writing and stuff. So for 8 o'clock, which is in like 45 minutes, I'm gonna have to piss off. But you've got me until then. Yeah, man, it's nice to see the chat in here because it's like infinitely easier to read than it was in in the YouTube chat. That shit was crazy. How you guys doing? You right? Oh, is there? I don't know how to turn adverts off on this. I'll figure that out, guys, because I think it's automatic. I'm not really sure how Twitch works with all these things because there never used to be adverts like mid-stream. I think there might be a way. I don't really give a fuck about earning off this shit, but I'll try and figure that out for you guys because I don't want there to be a load of adverts interrupting for the next stream. I'll try and figure that out for you so you're not getting interrupted with a bunch of fucking adverts which annoy me as well, so I'm sure they annoy you. Cool. How you guys doing? Vincent's Tale, man. The first one. I told you guys it was going to be a bit of a roller coaster. It gets better and better, and it gets crazier and crazier. I'm not gonna like what's his name, Tom Hiddleston myself. Is it Tom Hiddleston? The guy who spoils all his own plots. I'm not gonna do that, so I'm not gonna answer too many questions about it. But just know that the story gets wild. There's a lot of thought into this. Tom Holland, that's the one. Yeah, Tom Holland. Yeah. It gets crazy. A lot of love and a lot of labour has gone into making these and pulling these off, and even the backstory surrounding it all. It only gets crazier. Fair warning before we descend into the world of Vincent's Tale. And I don't know if any of you guys clocked it. I put out a little bit of red herrings last year. Some people were asking me, they were like, would you ever revisit the story? And I was like, nah, I'd never revisit Richard. I did it all intentionally. The master of distraction. I was kind of purposefully leading people off the trail of I like to do things, you've probably learned by now, I like to deliver the unexpected. So I brought Richard back. And he's back for a bit, man. Yeah. And the story gets really interesting, really interesting, and it all interweaves and joins together. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, man. What did you think of the first installment? Did anyone expect the way it was going? And then I'll answer some questions. I'll try and get my head around some of these questions that are coming in. I thought it was because basically I said this in the chat before. The reason I didn't do Richard's Tale last time, right, is because everyone thought the third story of Jenny and Screech was going to be Richard because it was the conclusion of the end of Screech's Tale, right? Where Richard puts them down, and so everyone was like, yeah, well, the third story naturally that's going to be Richard's Tale. So I did Violet's Tale, obviously, because everyone was expecting a certain plot. This time, it felt more interesting to revisit his story because no one was expecting it. And it's also more interesting now as well because there's more places that it can go. It's not just a linear, it ends with Richard. Because we got some more characters in the mix. That's all I'm going to say about that. And yeah, I like building this weird and twisted universe that I'm slowly creating as well. It's fun, and it's nice to touch on very human things. I can answer questions about this episode if you guys have got any. Vincent's character I love, man, and I'll say a little bit about that. Because Vincent is really an embodiment of so many people. It's embodiment of me when I was a teenager. It's the embodiment of the person who is sick of monotony, sick of repetition, and yet our civilized selves never reach that point of breaking point in a civilized society, right? So he is the what if, you know. Vincent is the what if you allow yourself to reach the breaking point, you know. Inspired by a lot of my favourite movies, his character was, you know. A lot of my favourite books of the breaking point of that monotony, of the insanity, the boiling point of repetition, basically, is kind of the embodiment of Vincent's character, and where that takes him is very interesting. Not a sociopath, no, I wouldn't say a sociopath is the right word. A sociopath is somebody who is disconnected from the spectrum of human emotion, and that's not what Vincent is. He's not a sociopath. He's just a human being. But he's a human being expressing the parts that most people think about, potentially, and never act on, you know. So it's an interesting space to explore, but the reason I really wanted to explore it with this set of stories is because it's such a relatable storyline, you know. Like I feel like the world as we've created it as human beings is built simply from the ideas that came from our minds, right? And how we've structured it for it to work as well as it does, and it does work well. This isn't necessarily a critique, but it is an observation, is that we do fall into patterns of monotony, and not always very fulfilling patterns of monotony, to exist, because of the ideas that we've created, because of a foundation of ideas that we've built. It's a self-imposed monotony, which is the interesting thing about it, you know. It's because they are just ideas at the end of the day, and a lot of time people are born into these, and they never question that. They never question why or what if it was different. What if these systems of being looked slightly different? What if through the butterfly effect thousands of years ago some slightly different ideas were chosen, and it wasn't a cycle of monotony, but that's just what we've come to know, and so it's what we've come to accept as ingrained as the laws of physics, as ingrained as anything else, without necessarily digging too much into whys or the alternatives, or you know. It's an interesting space to explore. And it's an interesting. I just finished reading a book called Dice Man, which is really interesting. It kind of weirdly pertains and relates to this. Not intentionally. I didn't read it to do with this thing. I just kind of happened to read it by chance. And I don't know if you guys have ever read that. It gets pretty dark at times. It's pretty. It was written in the 60s, so it's a very different time. So some of the themes it touches on are a little bit uncomfortable, to say the least. But it's an interesting book because for anyone who hasn't read it, it's a man who leaves his life to chance, to the roll of a dice, and the dice dictates what he does in his life, right? It dictates all the decisions he makes, and it's still somewhat, his fate's still controlled by him, because he'll still choose the decisions that the dice rolls for him, right? So he'll write down a list of 12 or 6 options, right, and say, if I roll a 6, I'm going to choose this option that is number 6, right? But it's interesting because the kind of like the philosophy behind it is you're allowing every part of yourself, every small thought, the opportunity to become the dominant action, rather than, because we all really live our life to chance anyway, right? We have a thought and we act on the thought, but it's usually the most dominant thought that dictates our personalities and our behaviors. So to give in to chance and allow the first 6 things that come to your mind, and even the uncomfortable, unpleasant ones, and then act on it and follow it through without resistance, is an interesting thought experiment, but as the book goes, probably not one for a functioning society in the way that we see society as functional, you know? Like, it would make you look insane in our society that we're well adjusted to. The question is our society sane? Or is the foundation of sanity just the status quo of accepted behaviors? And does that mean it's insane? Is it sanity to be well adjusted to a society that is perhaps insane if there are rising levels of depression, if there are more wars, if personal gain and self-pursuit leads to destruction, is it a healthy society? Many questions. Are there better ideas out there that lead to a society that across the board leads to more better levels of well-being? Can we as creatures collectively design better ways of being, or are we too far deep into it? Is it too far ingrained because it's been taught since education and birth, and are we therefore victims of our own design? It's an interesting time to be alive. Sorry, I'm going on a very autistic rant at the moment. It's an interesting time to be alive because we're on the precipice of huge change, and everyone's aware that we're on the precipice of huge change because of the developments in AI, because of the echo chambers of algorithm, which really shape political thought and really shape behaviors and actions and tribalism in a way, because the algorithms will feed you the information that makes you feel the most emotionally engaged, and that content is usually the most emotionally stimulating, and that shapes our behaviors, our thoughts and our feelings towards our fellow man and woman. So not necessarily a product of some sort of nefarious design, but just a product of almost maybe an accidental self-destructive design, in that these algorithms are created to mine attention because that's what makes them the most money. But by mining the most attention, it's playing to the most emotionally reactive aspects of the information that we put out into the sphere of the internet, and therefore a byproduct that it shapes us again to be in these very reactive spaces, which I think causes a lot of division between our fellow man and women, no matter what side of the fence you sit on, left or right. I don't think. I think those sides of the fence are more so dictated by nurture and the environments we're raised in, and then our algorithms more so these days. I think that a decade or 2 decades ago, we weren't as polarized because we engaged with the internet in a much different way, and then before the internet, even more so than then. And I think we're in a precipice of very strange, turbulent times, and so it becomes a necessity in these times to try and find common threads of unity between left, between right, between polarized schools of thought, because the most important thing is that we survive as a species and don't self-destruct or implode. And simply on a nice level, I think the most important thing is we're just nice to each other and like make this whole experience that we still haven't figured out what the fuck it's all about a nice one for everyone, you know? Anyway, I don't know where all that came from, but it's obviously wanting to come out. Oh, there's a song out probably. Fucking who knows? Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah. Song. Sorry. I went somewhere else there for a second, man. I just blacked out. I'm back in the room. Song. I will be eating, yes, my food's in the oven right now. I'm going to be eating on stream. You're going to get an ASMR eating stream. Yeah. Any more Instagram stories? There'll be more. Yeah. I mean, as these tales roll out, there'll be a lot more than just music coming. With these tales, if you were following me during the Tales of Jenny and Screech, which was a long time ago, so I know a lot of you will have missed that in real time, because things have blown up a lot since then. But back then, the whole experience was very immersive, and we're doing the same thing right now, you know, so we're bringing the world real to life. If you guys caught it on Instagram or my other YouTube channel, we're bringing these characters to life beyond music, and it's the creative space that I'm getting most excited by, you know, like I'm learning more about myself as an artist. I don't think necessarily I'm a musician, even though I do music. I don't really know what I am, to be honest, but I like to tell stories using music as a medium, you know, and utilizing as many ways to do that. We did it live stream with Money Game, made that very immersive and real world. You know, like I like to break the fourth wall and confuse people as to what, if they're seeing is real or not. I just like to make it as visceral as possible, you know, and I always try and do the unexpected, not try and redo things I've done too much. So we've got some really interesting things coming with this one. So keep watching, because there's more stuff that we haven't done before that will be on the way. And it's really interesting, you know, getting more characters involved. And also big up the actors as well. If anybody caught any of the stories before we released this episode, so we got some brilliant actors on board to act that stuff out, man. I thought they were wicked. I thought they did an incredible job. So big up to those guys, man. I love the people helping to bring my stories to life, man. It's cool. Any questions about this first story? Movie, maybe one day. Yeah, I'd still love to do a Netflix thing. I feel like if you gave me a big budget and studio spaces and a team of people who can build sets, I will come up with some amazing stories. Just give me the facilities and I'll do it. So if anyone's watching or if anyone's got any contacts there, shoot me an email and I will make you a very, very good series for Netflix. I've already written, actually, a series for Netflix. It's timing and it's also the opportunity presented to me to do so. I've got a really, really, really fucking good idea. And it blends music in with it as well. But it's not going to be a musical, because musicals sometimes suck balls. It's going to be a lot more interesting than that. So if anyone wants to offer me a contract, give me a bunch of money and some film sets, I'll make you something. I'll make you something interesting. Because with these tales and stuff, and like with Money Game, I'd love to do that on a grand scale, you know. I'd love to have the facilities to be able, and the space and the time to be able to really, really, really dive into that world. Because that's what excites me the most, you know, that blurring of the line of film and music, and acting and storytelling. It excites me way more than being a musician, to be honest. I'll be honest, like, and the older I've gotten, the more I've realised that that's the space. It's a bit of an unoccupied space, that kind of intersection, crossroads, and that's what interests me about it, man. Because it's an unoccupied space, it's more exciting to me than following the blueprint of, here's an album, here are the hits off the album, cool, stream the hits, whatever, you know, like, let's get it on the radio, you know, like, it's cool, I love to make music, like, it's great, but like, what really excites me is exploring unexplored territory and doing shit that hasn't been done before. That's fucking exciting for me. That's what I want to do, you know. Yeah. Oh, there are more ads. People are saying that there's ads. Shit. I don't know how to make the ads. Guys, hopefully by the next time we stream, are you guys gotten back from the ads yet? Yeah, the ads have stopped, yeah. Use an ad blocker, but also as well, don't get booted off Twitter for saying that, but I'm going to try and find a way to stop the ads full stop, because fucking hate adverts. I'm sure you guys do too. I don't know why they're there. They never used to be there. Yeah, I'll try and find a way to stop that. What I was saying is what really, really interests me and excites me more than the standard blueprint of releasing music, doing the whole thing, you know, fucking charting and blah blah blah. It's great. I love making music, but what excites me more than that is the intersection of film and music and treading new ground that hasn't been explored very much. That's the most exciting thing for me, man. And like these tales, man. I even think with you guys, I mean, the best response that I ever get to the stuff that I make is usually the more conceptual things like Money Game, the Tales of Jenny and Screech, Higher End, stuff like that. And it's always the most exciting stuff for me to make, you know, like the other stuff, I love to do it, but it kind of just feels like I'm following an expected path, and I like to tread the one that hasn't been tread very much. So the more opportunities that I've got to do stuff like that, the more I'd love to do it, you know. I fucking love it, man. I love it. I don't really care, like, I like about the whole, I know, the industry standard stuff and doing all the interviews and the whole celebrity thing. I couldn't give a fuck, mate. I'll just be honest. I couldn't give a fuck, man. I'm bored of it. It's boring to me. I'd rather just do stuff that hasn't been done before, you know. You know. Yeah, you guys got any questions? You guys got any questions about this first one that came out? Yeah, I do some podcasts. Someone was saying about I do Joe Rogan. Yeah, I'd do that for sure, mate. I'd do that. I like there are some interesting ones that came up. I quite like Lex Fridman. I thought he's quite an interesting guy. He does like computing and like robotics and programming podcasts. So it sounds super nerdy, but I like how little of them I understand when I watch them, because it always forces me to try and like learn things that I don't know yet, and I like to do that. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, Webby, the stuff with Webby's coming out soon. What else? Oh, sorry, these questions are coming in quick. I'm sorry, I'm probably missing a bunch, guys, but I'm trying to catch them before they go. If I scroll up, sometimes it pauses out. How many takes did this one take? I'm trying to remember. There is a hidden cut in this one, by the way. See if you guys can spot it. It's pretty obvious where it is. We broke it up. There's a hidden cut in it. How many takes did it take? I think the first half took... I think it was about 9 or 10 the first half took. And it was about the same for the last one as well. We're gone are the days of Money Game when it took 138 takes, because we're all much better at what we do now. That was kind of like the first time we'd done something like that with the first Money Game, with the whole choreography with the camera. Also, big up Bo, who filmed this one. Like, his camera operation on this one, I think is probably the best. Like, Money Game was amazing. The third Money Game was amazing. But what he did with this one was phenomenal, I think, man. Like, the way... like the rotation down the alleyway, following around with the fighters and the fists, like, I genuinely, like, watching him work is watching, like, a master of their craft at work. He's so good. He's so good, and I love working with Bo, because he's also a machine. Like, I'll tell him where I want him with the camera, right, and I'll tell him what I think the camera should do. Some people, because it's like a dance, right, because he's got to be here, then frame it this way, etc., right? Most people would probably take all fucking evening to learn that. Bo's like, I walk it through with him once or twice and he's just got it. He's not human, that boy, man. He's not human. Yeah, it blows my mind. Not Bo Burnham. If Bo Burnham was filming me, that would be interesting. I like Bo Burnham, man. He's great. I love what he does. I think it's really, really funny, but really also kind of poignant as well, man. Like, I think Bo's brilliant. So I'm just trying to catch these questions, because I wasn't actually drunk. I haven't drunk since 2023 on Joe's birthday, because I quit drinking because I was drinking way too much after Joe died, basically. I went into a very downward spiral. My health was also spiraling then. I find myself getting blackout drunk a lot. You know, sitting outside of clubs just crying, making very questionable choices with people I was sleeping with, and I was also really sick then as well. So I was like, the compoundingness of like being very ill and getting that drunk all the time to kind of like self-medicate the fact that Joe had died, took me to really, really fucking horrible dark places, you know. And so like on his birthday, it was his birthday, and me and the lads always used to celebrate his birthday, you know. I was 23 years old. No, was that? Yeah. I wonder. Maybe it was before that. Maybe it was before 23. Basically, I won. We did a raffle and I won 2 bottles of wine. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to drink these 2 bottles of wine, and they're going to be the last 2 bottles of alcohol that I drink this month. and I downed them and I got really drunk and I had a brilliant night, and we celebrated his birthday in style with all the boys. And then I got really drunk and I was sat with my mate and I was like, not fucking what? The last thing I'll drink for a month. And then a month passed and I hadn't touched, true to my word, I didn't touch a drop. And then the month passed and I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to drink anymore. And I haven't touched a drop of alcohol since then. Single drop. Not even a casual beer. Don't know, just it kind of felt like the right thing to do. I still enjoy a little bit of bud, some mushrooms every now and then. I like the natural things, man. I stopped all class A's as well because of my health. I used to dabble with all that when I was a teenager, you know, all sorts of chemicals, but I stopped all that as well, and now I only ingest things from nature, like weed and mushrooms every now and then, when the occasion arises. But other than that, this is just, people often ask me what substances I'm on. This is just my personality. This is just how I am. Unfortunately, it's just the way I was made. It's just my brain. Yep. What am I holding? Oh, this is just my ADHD. This is probiotics. It's empty. I sometimes just need something to hold. I've got a lot of ADHD. Any other questions? I'm gonna have to go and grab my food out of the thing actually. While that's happening, I'm just gonna put Vincent's on again, so you guys can watch while I'm just grabbing my food. There we go. I'm just gonna put this song on for you guys. A bit of rantception going on there. While I dish up my food. Enjoy that. That's all you get. Miserable prick. I've got to shoot off, so I'm going to munch and talk, right? Because if I let that play out, I just have to go. So, guys, please, whoever's on this stream with me, once I bugger off, get into band rehearsals, if you can, it would mean the world to me. Share it far and wide, you know. Obviously, we do this all independently by choice, so we kind of are our own record label. The team that a lot of you have gotten to know, Connor, Josh, Brigitte, Kai, and then we've got some other people who gravitate into that orbit as well, like Sam and everybody. Yeah, like we do this ourselves, and so you guys really help fill in the gaps with instead of a fucking, you know, £1 million marketing team and a big old corporate budget and a big boardroom with people full of suits talking about how best to squeeze the most money out of the darn thing. We just do it ourselves, man. So you guys helping out really helps. So share it far and wide. I'd love that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I have started getting recognised in public. Everywhere I go. It's kind of insane. Before I left to Canada, it kind of jumps up in increments. It's like, before I left to Canada, it was kind of like, I guess my following back then is what you would call a cult following. Not cult as in cult, but as in like relatively underground. So it'll be every now and then someone will be like, yo, like music, bud. But now it's crazy. It's everywhere, and very frequently. It's a weird thing to adjust to, man. As an antisocial little bugger, it's a strange thing to get to grips with. Not that I don't appreciate the love. I definitely appreciate the love. It's just it's a strange adjustment. You know, I've always been a little bit of a introvert who just makes music. My extroversion comes out when I do performances, when I'm with my mates, obviously, when I do things like this. But this feels a lot more comfortable and controlled for me, you know, because I'm just here sat talking to the abyss. So it's a very strange thing to get used to. But I guess it's the territory that comes with what I do. So we'll see. We'll see how I cope with it as it grows, you know. Interesting. Strange. Very fucking strange. Very fucking strange. I'll tell you that. You know, some people are really built for it, I think. I don't necessarily know if I'm one of those people. It's one of the reasons that I don't do all the interviews and stuff, you know, and like the TV shows and what have you, the Saturday Night Lives and all that. Never really appealed to me. Not that there's anything wrong with it, you know, people that do it. It's not for me. Who did Vincent stab? All shall be revealed, my little puppies. All shall be revealed. Yeah, my Wren in Vincent's tale was Vincent. But all should be revealed, you know? There's a lot more to this story than just a guy that stabbed someone in the street. So far there's 3 parts, 3 large parts. Each one, some of them longer in length, some of them around the same sort of length of this one. 3 parts so far. Then there will be another installment, and it will be as long as it is, to be honest. Like I haven't really gotten that far yet. In terms of, I know how it's ending, because I always like to write the end first and work my way back, but I don't necessarily know how we get to the end yet. So there'll be as many parts as like my mind cooks up from now until then. There's going to be a break. I'm letting you guys know after this first 3 episodes, which are going to be quite succinct and frequent this summer. There's going to be a gap. The next installment probably won't be till next year. But don't worry about that, because there's fucking loads of music to come in the meantime. But they're such ambitious projects that it takes a lot of work to get these right. It's almost like making a movie, you know, and building everything around it. So in the meantime, we've got Slaughterhouse album coming, and we've got the album with Webby coming. So there's plenty to get on with before you guys will know how it concludes. But the next 2 episodes are sick, crazy, really crazy. Slaughterhouse is coming here. Violet's Tale. Someone said is it related? It's in the same universe. Obviously, Richard's in this one. As to any relations or anything like that, you guys are just gonna have to wait and see what happens. No spoilers. You know what I mean? everything will make sense. Everything will make perfect sense. I've seen a lot of guesses as to where the story's going. It's interesting. Interesting guesses for sure. Clothing, we had a problem with the manufacturer for the next Sick Boy drop actually. So we're kind of waiting to sort that out before we do the drop. We're working on getting that remedied ASAP. The next drop's really fucking cool. There's a lot more choice in this drop and it's a bigger drop. I know that it sold out so fast last time and a lot of you were gutted you didn't get some of that stuff. You got to keep in mind, again, I'm an independent entity. While things are doing well now, so I don't have all the money in the world, so for me to even buy the drop that I did, it's a huge investment for me. A lot of my money. So they can be as big as I can afford without, you know, going broke basically. But this next drop's cool, man. It's really fucking cool. We spent. Have I got anything to show you? Yeah, I'll do that next time. I do have some bits and bobs. Really fucking cool. Really fucking cool drop. Yeah. Yeah, the jeans. Some people have seen the jeans already. Some people are asking about the jeans. Yeah, those fucking 90s jeans with stripes, bro. They're coming. They're coming. They're like whole outfits as well, because they've got the matching t-shirts and stuff. Some really cool trainers. Really cool tracksuits. Loads of really cool shit with that drop. Really cool episode as well. With the Sega continues. That world is built upon, you know. And Brigitte has smashed that as well with her acting. And we built the universe out of it. That's gonna be cool. Third figure. I'll have to talk to Connor about that. That's a little bit out of my domain. I've just kind of been focusing on all things creative right now. I don't actually know when that will be released. I'll have to check in with Connor. That's a Connor question. Shows. No like official shows, to be honest, but a lot of playing out on the street at random bursts, I'm afraid. Yeah. Nothing like set in stone in terms of like a show that I'm doing. Health reasons. But busking, yes indeed. Yeah, I'm coming to Australia, guys. First time since I was a little baby, man. I think I said this on the last stream, so you guys might have missed it, but I'm coming to work with Tash Sultana out there in November. We're gonna do a song together, maybe a video or something, which is wicked, man. And like, if anyone's been following me for years and years and years, they'll know that I put that out there into the cosmos, and somehow the cosmos answered my call. So now I'm gonna be making a little bit of music with Tash. It's gonna be wicked, man. She's fucking great musician. Exciting. Man, this year, I don't know if you guys remember the stream before Hiram. It's on the internet somewhere. I said in that stream, when someone asked me, who are like your dream collaborations, yeah? I said Ocean Wisdom, I said Tash Sultana, and I said John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? 2 of 3 this year. 2 of 3 this year I'm collaborating with. So like, you know what I mean? Speak things into existence, my friends. Fucking cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Two of my favourite all-time artists, man. Making some tunes with. So, and the craziest thing about both of those collaborations actually is that they both reached out to me. It wasn't the other way around. And they hit me up and were like, "Yo, let's do a tune." Fucking cool, man. Really, really cool. So I'm just waiting on the John Frusciante. I'm just waiting on the John Frusciante collaboration, man. I'll keep saying it until it happens. I think he's brilliant, man. He basically was the reason that I picked up a guitar when I was younger. You know, like I learned all of those riffs when I was like 10-year-old kid, man. I was playing like Scar Tissue and Californication, and there's probably videos of me doing it when I was a little kid somewhere that I'd try and dig out the vault, but like John Frusciante and Kurt Cobain riffs were a staple when I first learned guitar, you know. Love that stuff, man. The very first song I performed live was a song called Morning Star by AFI. And then the second one was Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. Sting, obviously. Sting is probably my favourite vocalist, I'd say. As probably shows in a lot of my busking stuff, you know, and the style that I sing. Like, when I was younger, I based so much of my vocal inflection on learning to sing from Sting. I loved him, you know. And I think that probably comes across a little bit. But I've obviously, as I've gotten older, found my own sound. I think it's good to just rip off someone and try and sound like them. So like I lean into it, but I'm hoping to say that I've found my own voice. But yeah, Sting, man, fucking what a singer. What an amazing singer. Yeah, I know I've got my rehearsal. I'm going to have to be a little bit late because I just have to stay here until I finish this plate of food. Sublime, of course. Sublime are huge inspirations. That's maybe been on the cards. A Sublime collaboration. We'll see. I'd love to. They reached out and they were really nice about it. And it was amazing getting the recognition from Sublime. Because that was my teenage years, man. You know? Like, oh, fuck me. Such a fucking good band. Such a fucking good band. I'd love to do something with NF, yes, people are saying NF. I think NF is great, man. I was listening to NF today, actually. I did an ice bath. I started doing ice baths. Some people will know that. Well, I've been doing them for a while now. I've got to put hype music on to stay in the bath because it's fucking cold, man. So I've got to put like a bit of Rage Against the Machine or something, you know what I mean? NF was my hype music of choice today. Yeah, that's NF I'm in a bath, man. Yeah, I went to see him live in Calgary. Fucking brilliant performer. Relate a lot to his lyrics. Very cool artist. Jesse Reyes, someone said. Yeah, man, Jesse commented on, I think I've got too much of a crush on Jesse Reyes to be able to collaborate with her. She's gorgeous. I'd get too much in my head about the whole situation, man. She's fucking great, though. Really good. Santa Salute, yeah, I'd love to, man. She's fucking... Anyone who hasn't checked her out as well, Santa Salute. Santa Salute! She's banging, bro. Her rap style's so good. No, I'm not, hey look, someone said replace. Tash is a married woman to a woman. You know what I mean? Like, Tash is a... Yes, there was a crush there. She's a married lady to a beautiful woman. The relationship is purely work. And we're going to make a banger, for sure. You know what I mean? Stop it, guys. I'm reading some hot... Guys, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, I was actually meant to go. I was meant to meet Sophia Izela. I think it's Izela. We've spoken a bit on the phone, me and Sophia, man. She's fucking great, bro. She's wicked. I was giving her a little bit of advice about record label situations and stuff like that. she's so cool, bro. Like, she almost seems like the female reincarnation sometimes. I watch some of her shit, man, and like, it feels like she's like exactly the sort of girl I'd want to be if I was a girl, if that makes sense. Like, she's so fucking cool. She's so cool. But yeah, I was gonna meet her in Brighton at some point, but schedules perhaps next week. I'm not sure, but hopefully sometime, because she's in the UK for a tour in the UK. I love to make some music with Soph, man. She's cool as fuck, and she's just a nice girl, man. Like when we've spoken on the phone, she's been really fucking cool, man. Yeah, wicked girl. I'd love to make a tune with her as well. Like her, she's got, which one was it? There was one particular one, starting with the piano. It was one of her more unknown ones, but because obviously a lot of her well-known ones. But there was this one song. I think I shared it on my YouTube actually. It was so artistic, but so fucking good, so different to anything that I've ever heard before. I Can Be a Mother. That one. Man, that shit gave me chills, man. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, go and check out I Can Be a Mother, the video by it as well. The video's haunting, man. God. Yeah. She's like 20 as well, man. Like, I wish I'd had that much talent when I was 20. The world is a fucking oyster, man. Like, I'm 35 now. She's like, the door's opening to that woman. She's only getting better and better as well. She's gonna be, I'm calling it now, man. She's gonna be like a fucking Janis Joplin of this generation. Do you know what I mean? Oh, adverts. I'm just gonna munch while these adverts. Are the adverts gone? No more adverts? Tell me when they're gone, and we'll get back to business. Are you gone? 2 seconds. Hey bud, I'm heading up in a second, man. Sorry, I'll be there very, very shortly. Oh yeah, of course, mate. What do you want, an acoustic? Yeah, no stress. Yeah, I haven't got any. I've only got nylon string ones, but I'll bring my nylon string one up. Yeah. Oh, tell Romain as well. They locked the doors. He's got to bring the keys with him. He probably has. He probably has them. Oh, I've got them anyway. But yeah, I'm running a little bit late just because I had this song released and food took a little while to cook. But I'll be easy. I'll be there in like 20 minutes probably, something like that. All right. Yeah, I won't do. All right, brother. Bye. Bye. Chill. Big push practice. That was Goran. Oh, my stomach hurts. Yeah, man. I've got a little bit of time. I don't have to leave for another 10 minutes, so I can take my time a little bit and not get indigestion. And I'm loving spending time with you. Let's be real. I'm eating duck. Because that's how I roll. I prefer it to chicken, and you know, I like the finer things in life. So I'm eating duck. I'm getting grease all over my face. I'm a sellout. It's true. Yeah. What happened to that little fucking wrong'un running around the streets of Wales, man? Never did he think I'd be sat here, age 35, eating duck from a square blue plate. How times change. You know what I mean? I was eating green pot noodle back then. The green one was the best one. Chicken and mushroom flavour, baby. Or super noodles with grated cheese and ketchup. Not anymore, baby. I'm moving up in the world. I mean, Jeffrey! Fetch me my milk, Jeffrey! And Jeffrey's busy at the moment. What do you mean ew ketchup? When I was a kid, yeah, I'd ketchup with fucking everything, bro. A disgusting amount of things actually. I think I had a problem, probably the early signs of autism. You know what I mean? Like I had an obsession with it. I used to have it with like curry, pasta, anything, Sunday roast, anything really, other than maybe soup. I would put ketchup with. I just had an obsession with it, man. Yeah, I don't know why. Sadly, now that I'm older and have developed MCAS, I can't have it anymore. Otherwise, I'll feel dreadful. There are a lot of things I can't eat anymore. Tiny violin, ketchup one of them. Yeah, no, I can't have it. Can't have it. Yeah, there are 2 songs with Chinchilla coming on Slaughterhouse, and they are bangers. You guys are used to ballads with me and Chinchilla, so we've got one that's like a ballad, big power ballad. It's beautiful. It's very like James Bond-esque, and then we've got one that's like, because we both make bangers, bro. So like we sat in a room and we're like, you know, why don't we ever just like make a fucking banger together? You know, like. Why are we always just writing really sad songs? You know, she's got a little girl gone. I've got my songs like Power and shit. I'm like, why don't we like make those parts of ourselves meet? So that's what we did. Got a song called Piranha, and it's a banger. It's a banger. It's a smash. If you're asking if me and Daisy smashed, no. Chinchilla's like my sister, bro. That's not a thing. That's not on the cards. We're like siblings. It would be very weird if that would happen. Very weird indeed. I love that woman to bits though. She's fucking great. She is so cool. She's so fucking cool. Oh fucking hell. I think this says more about me than you. Like that's where this chat goes sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do have a gang of sisters, man. I think it's important, mate. You know, like how some people are like, some people are of the opinion that boys and girls can't be friends. I think that's so outdated and stupid. It really is, man. I've got so many fucking cool girl mates, man. Where that it's just entirely platonic, man. I think that just comes from respecting human beings. You know what I mean? Like, they're fucking great. Love them to pieces. Oh, what else? Any other questions? No, I miss Kendrick. I like to see Kendrick live, mate. I like Kendrick, man. He's cool. Very interesting, fucking songwriter and very talented rapper as well. I'd say my favourite rapper from the USA at the moment, probably JID. Sick. Like his flows, man. He's doing like mathematics while he's flowing, man. I love JID. Yeah, I think he's fucking great, man. Black Thought as well. Really fucking cool. I'm still waiting on fucking Zach De La Rocha to release something with Run the Jewels, because that was promised a lot years ago. I probably should just have to let go of hope, man, because it was promised like a decade ago, and every year I'm like, maybe this will be the year that Zach De La Rocha fucking releases something. Like, he's my favourite rapper, man. Like, he never gets mentioned in the conversation, which I think is crazy, but Rage Against the Machine, man, his voice and his subject matter, like, come on. It's undeniable, man. Like, his tone. Who sounds like Zach De La Rocha? I can't think of anybody. Rage Against the fucking Machine, man. All day. All day. Yeah. So good. I'm trying to think. A$AP Rock good? Yeah. I've listened to enough of his stuff to have a solid opinion, man. But I was checking out a lot of the battle that went on, obviously. So I listened to a lot of his shit during that with Daylight and A$AP Rocky and all very fucking good lyricists, man. All very, very good lyricists. Yeah, that was cool. What do you guys think of what's going on at the moment with Joyner Lucas and Skepta? You guys got any, if you guys have been following it, you guys got any leanings, preferences with what's going on there? Couldn't care, someone says. Someone says Joyner, someone says Skepta. Some people are like, meh. Alright, fair enough, man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not as invested as I was with the A$AP Rocky battle, to be honest. Some good bars in it. The whole like US versus UK thing. I kind of almost feel like if that needs to be a real thing, we need to start getting our underground fucking assassins out there to represent from the UK, man. There's some fucking top tier lyricists that kind of like get sidelined for the more commercial grime artists or like drill artists when they're talking about the best MCs from the UK, which I think is a shame because we've got a lot of really fucking amazing lyricists in the underground who don't really get a mention. Like, I'm sorry, but you put Ocean Wisdom next to like a lot of top tier USA rappers. I know I'm biased because I'm UK, man, but that's a whole different thing. Like, if you put Joyner up against Ocean, is it a competition? Sorry, I need to eat and go. I'm just saying, bro. You get Ocean, put him next to Joyner. It's a whole different fucking situation. Tom McDonald, I'm not really a fan, to be honest. Personally. Who else? Any other questions? K-Flay. Plan B. Oh no! I think I told you guys this in the last stream, but for anyone who missed it, I met Ben, Plan B, man. Big moment for me, man, because as you guys heard me, I've referenced him in a couple of tracks now, man. He was one of my biggest influences of UK hip hop to get into hip hop when I was 11, 12 years old, because I play guitar, and then seeing him play acoustic guitar, sing and rap, and stories like Charmaine, stuff like that, like, it was so influential for me to see someone telling stories that way, but it was British, because you had Eminem do it, and I was a huge, obviously fucking, as most young white boy wannabe rappers are, I was a huge Eminem fan, obviously, when I was a little kid, but then Plan B was the first like British person doing guitar and doing it, which was really interesting to me because I'd never seen people do it, short of like Wycliffe Jean from the Fugees. Like, I don't really see that coming from a British white lad, and it was the thing that was like, oh shit, like this is like a viable option, like even like UK hip hop, there wasn't like, we had Dizzy come through, man, and Dizzy was a massive inspiration for me. Also Mike Skinner from the Streets as well. And then later on you had Kano and you had Getz and, a lot of incredible artists, Chip, like loads of really fucking cool artists. But back in those days, like early on, before kind of grime was poking out a little bit and Dizzy kind of took grime into the forefront, you had Plan B, you had Ben doing his thing, and he was so good, man. He was so clever as well, and he'd make his movies like Defamation of Strickland Banks, and a lot of my artistry and the path that I'm treading on right now is to do with that man. So to meet him in person, and then he pointed me out, bro. He was like, I saw him in Brighton, and he pointed at me, and he was like, hollered me over. I went and that meant a lot that he reached out to me, you know what I mean? And like, I had a little bit of a chat, and he was just like, yo, I've seen you shout me out. I think what you're doing is sick. Just had a good chat, man, you know, and it was a real fucking moment for me, because to be acknowledged by your heroes is such a nice feeling, you know. It's such a nice feeling, man. I love it. I have to go now, guys. I'm going to practice now. I know I'm late, fashionably so. But it's been a pleasure as always. I love you guys. Go and stream Vincent's Tale. Try and take in every small little detail. As you guys know, nothing's misintentional, you know? Take it in. Give it a watch. Go and show the reactors some love. There's a lot of stuff going on with the UMG and the reaction community at the moment. I'm just going to say this before I leave. I've come up with a bit of a solution, right? I posted about this on my YouTube community post. I know a lot of the reactors are getting hit hard through UMG, coming down hard with copyright claims. I've put my head to the drawing board with an amazing team of people to try and come up with a solution so a lot of these people don't lose their jobs. They've been so integral for me being where I'm at, having all you guys even know about me, right? So I'm giving back, and I've come up with an idea with a, like I say, Ethan, who I work with on YouTube, and some amazing people. I'm going to present that. I'll probably post a video about it on YouTube before the next drop. So stay tuned for that, because I want to help these people carry on making a living, and I want to help them become the tastemakers in music, you know, put the power back in the hands of the people, so to speak, and away from entities who kind of want to gatekeep that. So keep an eye out for that. Come on. Right, love you guys. See you later.